What's going on today, everybody? So, the last video you would have seen we had a little bit of an oopsie. So, Beetle was running fine. I had put in 5 liters of 94 from a jerry can because when I winter stored, I drained everything as best as possible anyway. And put 5 liters in. Did an oil change, you know, it was running fine, idling and all that kind of stuff. Drove it to the local gas station, which is just, you know, not very far away. And put in I put in like 10 liters of 91. It was running fine up until there. Put in 91, started up, and quickly left town. And like right away, you have to do like 50-ish, 45-ish miles per hour, or 70 to 80 kilometers an hour. I noticed it was like sort of like sputtering, like it wasn't getting fuel. Then it basically, there was like, it's out of fuel. It just broke down on the side of the road. So I could tell the electric fuel pump was surging because it was starving. So what it was doing was, it was pumping fuel, trying to pump fuel up. And then when it runs out, all the fuel would just run back down to the pump, and then it would just do that cycle. And I pulled the fuel line off. Like, this is a gravity fed fuel supply from the bottom of the tank to the pump. So pull the fuel line off, not one drop of fuel came out of there. So it sucked up something in the tank. It sucked up something in the tank around the corner to a body shop, and they give me some like welding wire to jam in there. I was able to get some fuel to flow, enough that the car would run at on low load, so just cruising in town 40 kilometers an hour. I'm gonna jack up the car and pull this wheel off and take a look to see if anything had come through, if I had like dislodged, and see if the filter is clean. This was a little bit too bendy, so I'm gonna see if I can find something that I can jam in there on the little elbow that comes on the bottom of the tank, just to see if we can free up. So someone gave me a ride to my house, and I grabbed my car with some tools, my Jetta, drove over there, unplugged it enough that the Beetle would run, took the Beetle home, got on my wife's foldable bike, rode all the way back to the other end of town to pick up my car. So these are sort of the things that you have to deal with old cars. You know, like, the car would run, no issues. It's just that these old steel tanks, you know, there's like sediment and crap in there. And even though I've had that tank out before and cleaned, and I store it dry, you know, crap still finds a way. There. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see this, but let's see here. Can you see but look under it. Some junk in there. Looks like, I don't want to say rubber, but could be. So I don't like that. There's no easy way to poke it from the top of the tank. So what I got going on here is I got a jerry can. I'm gonna disconnect the line going to the hard line after the pump. So I'm gonna put that line in here, and then we'll turn on the pump, and we'll pump out the fuel and see what's happening. Not exactly. Yeah, see, it's not still restricted flow. So because I would have to imagine, even like this is a low pressure pump, so you know, obviously it's probably gonna move a bit of fuel. It doesn't look like it's that as it sucks the fuel through and or whatever that it or pushes it, that it would create a bit of a siphon. I would think that that line could supply, you know, 100%. So we'll have to see. Let's see how much fuel we got going on in here. Still got a bit to go. Yeah, I don't know. There's something in there, I think. He thinks. This is gonna take a while, so I'll probably just turn off the camera here. Nice. How did I have it? It was like perfect. Literally, just as I turn off the camera, boom! She sucked through some bits, and now she's flowing full chat. Look at that. I was trying to get it out. There's a bunch of little, it's a piece of rubber. So there's rubber somewhere deteriorating. So I have to replace, I guess, the, I'll have to check the vent lines and stuff. But there's some bits of crap. Okay, so I went to the store and I got one of these claw thingies. We're gonna see if we can pick up some of the junk that's in there. Also, kind of nice is that? LED at the end, which is convenient. Get anything? Oh yeah, look at that. Check it out. There's a chunk. Got anything else? Yeah, one little piece. Nice. Look at that. We got some huge pieces there. Nice. I'm getting all of them. Oh yeah. All the bits are out. I think there's still some sediment in there, but the big chunks that could clog the liner out, which is good. So I'll just keep on checking the filter and replace it as it all that stuff comes out. Yeah. Okay, looks like we're running pretty good. Yeah, response seems to be all right. So I think what we're gonna do is go for a little drive. All right, homies, let's go for a drive, shall we? Alright, so we'll do a quick drive and a sign off here. So she's running good. 1641 cc, 40 mil intake, valves 35.5, exhaust, ported heads, ported intake manifolds, and dual CAD drawn carburetors. Mind the noise for a second. This is gonna sound off. Foot to the floor. Let her eat, bud. It ain't bad. Top speed run. Woo, baby. Yeah, so it's running pretty good. The carbs need to be tuned still. Like I synchronize them and stuff, but I mean, I'm just learning how to play with carbs and stuff, so I didn't know I didn't do it right. It's not 100% happy. It is drivable though. So, yeah, not bad. Actually, this cabin is actually a nice place to be, and I love the colors, and you get the white headliner or the cream colored headliner, and the light interior with like no tints, fishbowl. It's just nice and bright in here. I love looking at the metal dash, so it's good. One thing I'd like to do is I'd like to rebuild the motor and make it just a little bit bigger. So either a 1776, so stock crank, which is 69 mil, and just do 90.5 diameter pistons to make a 1776. And just do a mild cam, like a 100 cam. So that would be like a 272, I believe. And just keep the rest of the stuff the same, and you know that'll make it pretty peppy. Like I'm actually pretty happy with the power that it has. Like you can accelerate, whereas before when it was, you know, before it was so-so with the acceleration. yeah, what I wouldn't mind is just a little bit more, camshaft, and a little more displacement, and I think it'll be like friggin' perfect for cruising around and streetability. But having, you know, a little more stank in the tank, you know. So that's what I'd like to do. Potentially, the other thing I could do is go with the 90.5 pistons and go to a 74 millimeter crank, and then that would make, I believe, a 1904 cc or 1914. I can't remember. It's one of those. Yeah, just to have a little more displacement again. Same thing. I would do the mild cam, like the 100 cam, and you know, you get like another 1,000 RPM, 1,500 RPM of usable power. I think that would make it really nice. See, it's just that it's got this thing on partial throttle where that's where I have to get the carbs better tuned. Because you're just sitting there on the partial throttle, you could you know, hear it kind of cutting in and out. But when you if you pump it or go full throttle, it'll do fine. But you know what, man? Like, that's fourth gear, you know, accelerating from 90 kilometers an hour. So it's not totally slow. But yeah, it's just getting that partial throttle or that tip in kind of, like, I know there's like accelerator pumps and stuff, and I've tried playing with it. It's I did make it better. It was actually much worse before. Whereas now you can, I think with a little more RPM, it's a little more finicky. A little lower RPM, you're okay. Goes without saying though, almost everybody loves a Beetle. And this one has a bit of presence with the big white wheels and slammed and the halo headlights. So usually I get a kick out of like kids. Kids are like awesome when they see it because their reactions are just so like pure, you know. Like an adult won't, like some adults will be like, oh, that's cool or whatever, but you can tell they like it or they'll look at it. But kids are like, you know, mouth open and they just point, look at that, you know, that's awesome. So anyway, thanks for watching, and please give me the likes and the subscription. It does help me out so I can bring you more content. And I'll just say bye now, and then I'll just shut up for a minute and then we'll sign off. Beetle's running good. So thanks everybody.